Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chanel, and on this channel I teach you guys how to be successful. Now I know you guys definitely do love the Instagram tutorials, whether it be stories or everything else like that, but what if I told you there was actually a couple of secrets that you did not know about on Instagram stories that could actually boost your engagement as well as keep your followers engaged? If you guys are interested in finding out what those hacks are, as well as those tips and tricks that you can use to boost your engagement as well as keep your followers engaged, then keep on watching. Now in this video, I will be using my cell phone here. So in order to give you guys more of a hands-on feel of how to do these things, we're gonna scoot right over to my desk. And we're on Instagram right now. Okay, so I'm in Instagram, and the first thing I want to tell you guys about is actually text and stickers. These are actually amazing options that can help you out as far as making your stories a little bit more spicier. So what I'm going to do is just go over to stories. I'm just going to take a picture, and the first one I want to tell you guys is actually about the drop shadow text. So initially what you would do is you would write something on there. So you can write something like hello. I'm going to put it in this font so you guys can actually see it. And then what you would do is you would just copy the same exact font. So you can go ahead, press select all, copy, then done. Press anywhere on the screen, paste the same exact thing, but just make it a different color. Now with this one that you have on top, the only thing that you have to do is pretty much slide it down like this, so that it looks like it's a 3D illusion, basically. You could do the same thing where if you want this one to be in front of the black, pretty much the same thing, and that's exactly how you do it. You can push it to the side, you can push it to the other side, you can push it down, you can push it up, pretty much anything that you want to do, but this is basically going to have somebody look at your feed and say, hey, how exactly do you do that? I have 3D text, and it's just with two different fonts here. Now the next function I want to tell you guys about would be colorful text, and this is pretty much when you have basically colors in your text. You do have the ability to change all the colors like so, but let's say if you wanted to just have that portion be orange and maybe you wanted to make these different colors down here. And let's say I want to make that one white. And then for the around portion, let's say I want to make that black. That's all you basically have to do. You just select exactly what you want, and then you just press the color, and then there you go. You have colorful text. And let's say if you want to do today in the color black. Rather than just having the same boring color all around on all text, if you have it standing out where it's like a two-tone color, this will actually cause somebody to have that attention go to those colors, and then they'll be able to have a better chance of reading exactly what you're putting in your Instagram stories. Now there's also another feature that you could do on Instagram, and this one is known as the rainbow effect. So what I'm going to do is just type in something like rainbow. So what you're going to do is press select all, or just select the text that you want entirely here. Now you guys see that you have those draggers there that let you select something. So what you're going to do first is you're going to hold on to any one of these here, these little color splotches, and you're going to see that the gradient comes up. Now once this comes up, you could drag it to any side that you want. This is how you can pick more colors if you guys didn't know. And then what you're going to do is hold on to the slider here. And then what you're going to do is just slide over the entire thing so that you can get all the colors in there. And that's pretty much how you get the rainbow effect. I actually want to see if you can do the rainbow effect with the background. So let's test it out and see. I'm going to hold on to this one more time, and then we're going to go over, and look at that. You actually can get all the colors even if you do have a background. And that's how you get the rainbow effect. Now there's also something else that you can do on Instagram, and I'm pretty sure you guys know that there is a tool where you can write on there so you can make your so you can actually make your stories a little bit more unique. So what you would essentially do is you could just pick any color here. Let's say if I wanted to write my name out in white, you could do it here, or if I wanted to do my initial, you could also use this slider right here where you could actually make the size of the writing a little bit bigger. So let's say if I wanted to make it bigger, I could do that. And you could always go ahead and, just tweak it. You could play with different colors as well. So if you want to keep, doing your name, if you want to do some smiley faces, this essentially allows your stories just to be more unique. So that's another tool that you guys can play with as well. Now there's also something else that you can do on Instagram, and this is known as the eraser feature. I'm just going to select this photo here, which is a thumbnail for my other YouTube channel. Just go ahead and press any one of these. And once you select the color that you want, I want it to be white, just go ahead and press down on the page, and you'll see that it automatically just covers everything. Now what you're going to do is go into the eraser tool here, and if you want, you could actually give a sneak peek of what you want your audience to see. And then what you could do is write something like new vid. And as you guys can see, by me doing that, I can actually start to see some of the text that's behind the video. Same thing, you would just go in here with the erase tool, and then you could go ahead and just color it in like so, and then you could write something like sneak peek or something like that. So now another feature that you guys did see me use earlier would be where I was able to make the background a different color. Instagram does have this already in here where it's just a couple of different colors. I think it's just these that you can get. But let's say if you actually do want to get more colors for your Instagram, what you would do is you would just take a photo, go to the little pen icon here, and as you guys can see, they do have these little colors down here. So let's say if you do want to select something that is going to be in yellow, all you have to do is make sure that you select that, simply press and hold your screen, and as you guys can see, everything becomes that color. If you want to select more colors other than the ones that they provide down here, all you have to do is hold on to any one of these little splotches of color here. So let's say we're going to hold on to purple, and you guys will see there's now a gradient effect of all of these different colors that we can get. So any color your heart desires. If I want to go for something that's like a sky blue, simply do the same thing, press and hold the screen, and as you guys can see, now we have a full-blown text color on our Instagram stories. This is also pretty cool. Well, let's say if you're typing something out and you just want it to stand out, as you guys can see, it looks way better as opposed to just showing you guys, you know, this part of my desk. It looks so much better. So something else that I wanted to show you guys was being able to have a glowing emoji. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and make that background text black so you guys can see what I mean. Now, if you are going to put a regular emoji or any type of sticker on here, you could just select something like this one right here. Press done. This one is just a regular emoji. There's nothing special about it, but if you want it to glow, you'll just press anywhere else on the screen. We'll get the same emoji again. So it was this one. And rather than keeping it strong, you're going to click this portion up here where you can actually pick the text you want or the font that you want, and you're going to stop until you hit neon. So once you hit neon, that's when you're able to see that there's a huge difference between this regular emoji and now this one that's actually glowing. Now, something else that you can do on Instagram is you can actually repost a lot of your photos to your story, and this is actually going to help you get more engagement. So let's say if I had a post right here where I had an interview with another brand, and they were basically interviewing me what it was like to be an influencer, entrepreneur, all those different things. Rather than me just waiting for everyone to see it on my actual feed, I can actually press this little, I think it's a paper airplane right here, and I can post that video to my story. I can just go ahead and post it like that, but there's also another trick that you can do as well. So I'm going to go ahead and look for another post, and we'll go for this one right here. Same thing that you could do, you could just go ahead and press that paper airplane and put add post to stories. Then you can actually make the post full screen like so. Now, if you are going to make it full screen, I mean, I would add something to it because a lot of people won't know that it's a post unless they see some type of text that's going with it. But what you can actually do is you could go ahead and make it full screen by just going like this with your hand. And if you want people to know that it's in post and not just a picture that you upload in full screen, you can actually indicate that by going to the GIFs or the stickers, and you could do something like tap or press here or something like that. So I would do something like tap this, and then I will make it bigger, and I would probably put this probably in the middle somewhere so that they're not going to go to the next story. But once you actually do put this on here, if they do tap this little area where it indicates tap this, again, that's a call to action that I tell you guys about all the time. Once they tap it, a little indicator will pop up, and then they'll be able to see that this is an actual post that they can tap into. Not only does this allow them to see more of your content if they missed it on their Instagram feed, but it also drives more traffic to that post so that you could get more likes, more comments, more shares, or whatever if you didn't get a good response the first time that you posted. Now, another feature that I want to show you guys is actually the feature where you can post different things here. This was just a mini tutorial I was doing on photography where I was showing the difference between the aperture with different lenses here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a regular post right here. We're going to go into our photos. So I'm just going to pick, let's go with this photo right here. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this right here. I'm going to go back into Instagram, and then I'm just going to press paste. And as you guys can see, now that photo is there. I could do the same thing with other photos as well. Let's say if I wanted to give it some variety, so we'll do this one as well. Let's go copy, and then we'll also go ahead and paste this one. And this is a cool feature because let's say if you want to make like a little collage or something on your Instagram stories, and if you do want to type something, you know, in there, just, you know, something random, you could also throw that on there. You can play with the different fonts or whatever. If you want to make it where, you know, you want to show people exactly what it is, same thing, like I said, you could change the background, different things like that. So it's just something that you can use to make your stories a little bit more interesting. And this is a really, really cool feature that you can mix and move around just so that when people are looking at your stories, it looks engaging, it looks different. Another secret I want to share with you guys would be the ability to actually add some type of filter or something like that to your photo. And I don't necessarily mean like a filter where you just put it like on a video or anything like that, but I mean a video filter where, let's say if I'm posting a video right now, my face is in the shot, and that is what I'm going to post. Now, I did not use any type of filter in this video, but I can actually go ahead and still add filters to the shot even though the video has already been taken. So let's say if I wanted to do something like this, if I wanted to do something like that, you can even do the same thing with the glasses filter as well. Like, I'm not in the shot originally with the glasses on, but I can add it on later on since my face is in the video. And then you can also continue to add other filters as well. So let's say if I wanted to keep that one with the glasses on there, I can continue to add other filters on top of that as well. So that's another cool feature that I actually learned about not too long ago. Now, one more hack that I want to show you guys how to do would actually be to engage your audience by telling stories. And this is definitely a way that you can get people to be more engaged with your stories. Now, let's say if we're going to do something like it's going to be once upon a time, we're going to make it big like that. I usually like to let them know that it's going to be a story by making those little dots at the end. So what you would do is you would go ahead and you would save that. Now, you would post this one to your stories, but since we are doing more so of a storytelling effect, now we're going to add something else. So it's going to be something like that. And then you could actually make it more engaging by making this another color. So when the person starts to see once upon a time, the next story that they tap will be there was a little pig. Then you'll go ahead and you'll save that one as well so that I'll be on there. And then you'll just continue to do the same thing where now you're going to upload that one, and then you're going to put something like, I don't know, something like that. And maybe we'll do it in yellow. And then what you'll do is you'll just continue to do that. So each time when somebody is tapping through your stories, the first one they'll see is once upon a time, then they'll see the second line, then once they tap again, it'll be a third one. And that's actually going to keep people to stick around, because if they want to see the entire story, they are going to have to scroll through all of your stories. Now, just to give you guys an example of what I meant, this was a time where I was explaining something to my followers. As you guys can see, I have that text right there. Then the next tap, that one is going to show up. The next tap, that one is going to show up. Then the next tap after that, this one is going to show up. And as you guys can see, if they want to get the entire story, they will have to go ahead and tap through everything so that they can finally get to the last story. If you want more information regarding hacks and tips and tricks on Instagram as well as Instagram stories, be sure to watch these videos over here and tell me which one of these hacks are you going to use in your next Instagram story post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.